Alright, hey guys, Vulcan here. So, I decided to go ahead and do 116.3 through 116.6, which is the current one in testing now. So what you can see here is an improved character selection slash main menu. You saw that there's a thing to the news there. This is the Amulet of Resurrection. It'll protect you basically from being killed one time. So it'll actually disintegrate. It costs about 500 fame currently, but that will be bumped up quite a bit, so that it's, not as easy to get. Skipping past that, as you can see here, maybe you noticed, maybe you didn't, bows now will actually shoot through enemies. They actually have penetration, so that they can keep going through enemies and they don't just get stopped at the first enemy, which is, really nice considering all the other updates. So now I'm just going to read off the list instead of trying to keep up with what's going on in the video, but yeah, keep watching and keep an eye out. Maybe you'll spot things yourself. So first of all, I already covered the character selection screen. It's hopefully, easier for new players to get over, not get over, but get used to understand. Okay, a lot of new boss behaviors have been added into the game as well. So you'll see later in the video I actually get into an undead lair, and you'll see Septavius and all of his new movements and things. But so there's a whole lot more to the boss battles, and I know you guys will really enjoy them. It's a lot of fun. And also, to go along with that, the loot that the bosses drop has actually been increased as well, so that's really nice. So all the bosses, Oryx version 1, Steno, which is the snake god, Lyman, which is the god in the sprite world, Malphas, which is the god in the abyss, and then Septavius, who is the god in the undead lair, which you'll see later. So wand, bow, and staff range has been reduced. Maybe you noticed that by now. It's to make it so that you actually, how obviously archers in the past and all the other characters in the past have been able to shoot literally off the screen, and they don't even have to worry about, getting used to the enemies that they're fighting or whatever. So this is to try and combat that, so that people will actually play the game and actually, fight the monsters instead of just shooting from them from really far away. So this is to go along with that. At first, it's kind of, you're not sure if you like it, but I actually enjoy it very much. So that's a really cool addition to the game. It makes it more challenging, but more fun at the same time. Leather and robe, the armors their defense values have been increased to make up for that shorter range, because now, obviously we're going to have to get a lot closer than we used to before. You can't snipe like we used to be able to do, so you do have to get up closer, and you will end up taking more damage. So the defense values on leather and robe has been increased to make up for that. So the long range projectiles that the enemies are shooting out, as you can see here, a lot of the projectiles are quite a bit slower than they used to be in previous versions. This is also to make up for the range that the squishier classes have lost. So that's, it's a huge game-changing thing that drastically changes the game, but does at the same time make it more fun. So the enemies are hitting slower, but at the same time they are hitting harder. So it does change up the gameplay and make things interesting. And then last but certainly not least, for 116.3, sheep say ba. They actually say ba, and then sometimes you'll even see them say ba twice in one message. It's pretty darn awesome, you guys. So moving on to 116.4, this was just like a minor tweak that accompanied 116.3. Because people were complaining about 116.3, the changes in that, they actually bumped up, well, they weren't complaining about it in 116.3 that they were slower, but actually that it was too easy. They were going too slow. So in 116.4, they actually made them faster and more deadly. And then there was also a slight bug in 116.3 where Oryx didn't always spawn, so that was fixed in 116.4. Moving on to 116.5, this is in 116.5 is where the bow projectiles got the penetration through the different enemies. Let's see. Also in 116.5, the cloaks that the rogues use actually got a nerf, and the defense on those was removed because the rogues, were actually extremely strong. You know, they were able to cloak in, get up to their enemy, and then run away. But because of the extra defense on the leather and the extra defense from their cloaks, made them, you know, pretty darn strong. So they had to do something about it, so they removed the defense from the cloaks. So that's something to keep an eye out for and try and keep in mind when you're playing your rogue class. And then finally in 116.5, they actually deforested some of the forested area in the lowlands to make it a little bit easier to navigate through. So, you know, you're not just running into trees over and over and trying to hit enemies, but they're running through trees and you can't hit them. So that was changed a little bit also. And then finally, now in 116.6, you actually have, where earlier at the beginning of the video you saw the news on the right hand side, that will actually show any recent deaths that you've had. So you can take a look at that and find out, you know, just some information about it. I haven't actually seen it yet, but that's there, that's been added. The character order will change based on what characters you've used before, previously. So when you go to pick, if you were playing an archer, you die, or you delete your character, it will be like the first class up there for you to look at. So that was, or it'll be at the front of the character list, so that you'll know which one you used previously. So it's easy to get to, easy to use if you want to pick that one. And then, let's see, so when you hit escape, but you're holding down W, or, you know, you're walking in a direction, and then you hit escape real quick while you're walking, you used to actually keep moving and keep on going, but you would actually have, you know, the escape screen in front of you, so you can't really see where you're going and what's going on. If you're moving and you hit escape, it will actually not pause you, but stop you from moving, so that you don't just keep running.
Once you know it, there's no stopping how your pulse races when you're near me. I can hear it pounding. Just so we're clear, I'm not going home unless you're with me. Don't resist me, it's better this way, you'll see.
Endlessly
races when you're near me. I can hear it pounding, just so we're clear